On February 12th, several elections, as well as a vote on a Norman Public Schools bond initiative will take place. Residents of Wards 1, 3, 5, and 7 will all have the opportunity to vote for who will represent them on the City Council from the candidates listed here, and all Norman residents can vote for who will become our new mayor. Also on the ballot will be a $186 million bond proposal from the Norman Public School Systems. To find what ward you live in and the location of your polling place, visit the Oklahoma State Election Board website at www.ok.gov/elections. Norman's continued growth makes it so that we are always looking at ways to expand the resources we have. At the January 22nd Council Conference, city officials presented information about the city adopting a potable reuse plan, whereby water from the water reclamation facility would be further cleaned and put back into Lake Thunderbird to then be potentially used as drinking water.
As a city, any city should put together a plan of where they're going to get their next source of water. Any city should be looking at, for the future, you're going to grow and you want to have some economic diversity, you want to have more people in your community. So where are you going to get your next source of water? The easy water is gone. You start with a well in the center of town. As the town grows, you start putting wells further on out. And in the 60s, we built Lake Thunderbird, but that's fully allocated. We have an aquifer, and we've been drilling wells in the aquifer, but that's like a big sponge, and you can only put so many holes in a sponge and expect to keep getting water. So as a community, and I think it was 2014, we started this process of where we're going to get the next big source of water. People continually, when they take a tour of our water reclamation facility and they see the level of expertise we have with our operators and literally the millions of dollars of infrastructure to clean this water, and then we put it back in the river, they always say, and they point to it and they say, well, why can't we do something better with that water? We're just discharging 10, 11 million gallons a day, every day, into the river. Well, that's non-potable now. And if we treat it more, just treat it the next level, we'll have potable water. And we can recirculate that back into our reservoir. So it'd be a wonderful thing for our community and for economic development, for anything, to be able to say, we'll have a reservoir that is drought proof. We'll always be able to put water into the reservoir. So that's what this is about, is providing water for the future for Norman. So what we're doing is we're getting ready to set up a pilot project. A pilot project is just a baby project of what you help to do in the future. So this is going to take probably at least a year's worth of setting up and running it through different seasons, because the water reclamation facilities, it's outside water, has different temperatures, it goes through the seasons, has different water quality when it rains heavy, doesn't rain heavy, things of that nature. And so we're going to take our pilot project and make sure that what we want to do, how we want to clean the water, is the absolutely best way of doing it and the most cost-effective way to get the highest quality we want before we even think about putting it back in the reservoir. So this would be at least a year's project, just to make sure we're doing it the right way.
2018 was a banner year for the Norman Animal Welfare Center that saw the most amount of adoptions in 5 years, with 1,051 dogs and 941 cats going to new homes. Shelter manager Mark Bechtel offered praise for the new facilities that his department has had to work with over the last 3 years, as well as the citizens of Norman.
I'm extremely proud of this town, extremely proud of this people, extremely proud of this facility. I think it's really progressive. And it's a great institution and great people, and I think we really bring a lot to Oklahoma.
Should you see a stray animal about or in your neighborhood, Mark urges caution, but also encourages you to bring that animal by the facility.
Obviously, their safety is priority. So, obviously, if that dog or cat is running around on the highway, obviously, consider your own safety when you're trying to help out a pet, a dog or a cat. But if you can safely, acquire it, get it into your car, and bring it to us, then we're able to help out and either reunite that animal or find out what's going on, or if there's any medical needs that it needs, that we can get that addressed with a vet as well too.
If you are interested in getting a new animal for your home, the process is very quick and easy.
So usually they'll come in and they're able to walk into either the cat adoption or the dog adoption area and spend as much time with those dogs and cats as they need to. They choose an animal, they can bring us that kennel card, and then we'll process them through the computer. We'll take their information, and if there's an adoption fee or anything along those lines, we have a very straightforward contract about care that will be provided to that animal, and then you're able to take that animal home that day. So usually it's about a 15-20 minute process to do the paperwork. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 to 5:30, and then Saturday we're open 10 to 4, and we're closed every day from 1 to 2 for lunch.
For more information about the Animal Welfare Center, call 405-292-9736 or visit normanpd.normanok.gov. The City Clerk's office is one of Norman's most vital but often misunderstood institutions. Brenda Hall has worked in the office for 30 years and served as the official city clerk for the last 11 years.
The main duties of the city clerk is to be clerk to the council, and what that means is they are the custodian of records, of all official records for the city. They attend all council meetings and take minutes of those meetings and keep those on record. All ordinances and laws and resolutions, contracts, all of those documents are housed and archived in the city clerk's office. So that's the bulk of the duties under statute for the city clerk. We also issue business licenses from our office for most of the businesses in Norman that are required to have licenses. And we also house what is called the Action Center. The Action Center was developed in 1999 to be a way for citizens to reach out with one phone number if they have any questions related to the city and they're not sure who to call. So they can call this Action Center number and we'll get some type of follow-up within 24 hours. The city clerk's office has a total of 6 employees, and that includes myself. And while we are few in number, we handle a lot of things and take on a lot of different meetings, both in staff support for those meetings and preparing minutes and agendas for several different boards and commissions. Another one of my duties as city clerk is I work very closely with all of the candidates for city council, whether it's we have city council races every year. This year we happen to have our odd-numbered wards and mayoral candidates. So I work with them. We do an orientation session with them to help them know what they are required to do, what kind of reports they have to file, and then we have a local election commission that reviews all of those reports, and I work directly with that election commission. We do archiving here and things like that, so we have records that date all the way back to the beginning of Norman in 1898. I have minute books and from 1898 where they're handwritten. We still have those in hard copy in the clerk's office. So a lot of interesting history about our community and about Norman is housed here in the city clerk's office.
The city clerk's office is a central hub for almost all the activity going on in Norman. If you need a permit or to connect with any other department at the city clerk's office is the place to go.